to spend with their wood peons and their burrows, the less wood they mine, the less able they are to get a second hero, put up tier 2 buildings, and to tower you. All of those things are very wood intensive, and it's advantageous to him to have the early war mill because it allows him to get more wood faster. But at the same time, it slowed down his barracks, got me a cancel, and now I can cancel the lounge. If you notice from his perspective, he's been in my base twice now, and he has not seen a voodoo lounge. So I'm sure what he's thinking right now is that any damage he does to my Blade Master is damage that I can't immediately heal. Which is worth noting, and is probably definitely having an impact on his strategy. So again, notice I have 50 experience at the moment. That's 2 peon kills. Peons give 25 experience each. Also something worth knowing. It's not a whole lot, but I'll take it. While I've been harassing, he headed to the shop and bought a Boots of Speed. Very smart versus Blade Master if you're a Farseer user. I mean, sometimes it's not worth it because you don't want to spare the gold. And in that case, you can actually sell the town portal. It doesn't really kill you to sell the town portal. But now he can chase down my Blade Master pretty effectively. And also my Blade Master cannot chase him down effectively because he's faster than I am. So I end up with 75 75 experience, which is 3 peon kills. And consider also that that his wood peon spent a large amount of time in his burrows. So he only has at tier 2, he's getting tier 2 now, he only has 245 wood, which is enough for his tier 2 building almost, and his Fire Lord, which he ends up getting. So well done on my part. I think that's a pretty ideal harass from my perspective. So I head off to heal up my Blade Master, which again I don't think he knows that I can do. Notice also that I am getting Headhunters, which is an interesting decision. I have 2 Grunts and I'm about to have 2 Headhunters. There are a few reasons for this. One, I want more units rather than less because I'm expecting Kodo Beasts in the late game. 2, they're piercing, so they do well versus Kodo Beasts. And 3, it's just that much more damage to take down the summons with. Excuse me. And you'll notice that's the first thing I focus. Again, free 30 experience, it's very worth killing the summons. Tier 2 comes, the first thing I do is build a Shadow Hunter. I want Serpent Wards up as fast as I can. While I was running away, I started healing my Blade Master immediately. I bought a Clarity. I think I should have bought a health potion first, but regardless. He comes into my base. His goal obviously is to take down my barracks, because if that goes down, he doesn't have to worry about demolishers. And I want to fight as much as possible. I want to fight with my burrows in range. So you'll notice I'll be constantly luring him to the burrows if I can. That's kind of my goal. If I can fight with the burrows, I want to fight with the burrows. Next thing I do is focus down the lava spawns. You don't want those multiplying. If you have a choice, like early on in the fight, I focus down the wolves because those die fastest, and that's 30 EXP each. But immediately after that, you transition to the lava spawns because you know that those are going to be multiplying and giving you a hard time. Shadow Hunter comes out, wards. If there aren't towers going up in your base, I think actually Hex is probably the better call on Twisted Meadows. But because he's here already, I know that I'm going to have enough time to set up a lot of wards, and they're going to be effective. That spawn was about to multiply, notice, so I very quickly focused that down. I make a micro error here. I'm not really sure how this happened, but my Blade Master leads ahead of my army and dies with both a town portal and a potion of healing on him, which is unfortunate. But again, if you look at my base, I have a tower going up, my Spirit Lodge is almost up. I have 2 wards up, 2 Headhunters. I mean, I'm doing quite a bit of damage to him, and he's not able to do a considerable amount of damage to me. And even though he has 2 towers up, they're not really as effective as they could be. They're in range of my barracks just slightly, but they're not in range of the burrows or the peons repairing. I should be moving back a little bit here. There we go. Again, so goals here, keep that barracks alive as long as possible. Do not lose a burrow. It'll absolutely kill you if you lose a burrow, because you need the food for demolishers eventually. I have to heal up, unfortunately, here. Again, the tower is just another way of keeping him further back than he is. Just prevent him from advancing further into my base. And it also gives him something to focus that isn't a burrow or my barracks. So you notice I'm constantly microing my repair peons. I don't want them to die, because then I have, first of all, then I don't have burrows if I don't have peons to put in the burrows. Second of all, I don't have anything to repair the barracks. Obviously two big negatives for me. I'd never put up a bestiary, not worthwhile at all. It's 150 wood, give or take, and it would prevent me from putting up towers. It would cost me from repairing, because repairing takes a lot of wood. Just wouldn't be good. So the Blade Master comes out. First thing I focus down is that weak Fire Lord. It dies. Again, I'm able to lure the Shadow Hunter slightly into the wards. Any little bit of damage like that you can do is very, very valuable. Notice the wards, I put that one too far up, but the wards are basically adjacent to the barracks. They're protecting the barracks. There's a tower again going up just slightly in the tree line. I think that's in his vision, but regardless, well positioned. One thing I'm regretting now, even though it made a lot of sense early on, is that far off Voodoo Lounge makes it very difficult for me to heal on the fly. So I have to constantly be leaving my base to get healing, which isn't ideal. I probably could have actually built another one in below my altar, for example, and that might have been worthwhile, even having two. But now my hero, my Shadow Hunter, is hit level 2, so I have enough mana for Healing Wave. It gives me some temporary relief. My first Demolisher's out. Again, look at its position. It's in very good position. To attack the Demolisher, he has to attack the towers. Excuse me, he has to be in range of the burrows. Not good for him. He does kill this tower, but at the expense of a grunt, and I cancel the tower, so it's really not a huge chunk of wasted resources for me, and it's, you know, it's worth my while to do that. As far as the Walker goes, you'll notice I haven't used him for damage. He's adept, so he will be used for Dispel, but the whole idea of having him out there is that I have very good vision. A little bit of luck on my part and my good base build. I'm able to save that Shadow Hunter with 30 HP. He sends the wolves in, but you'll notice I kept the burrows burrowed, so the wolf dies before it ever gets there, and I have healing salves going off. His Shadow Hunter is out of his Farseer is out of mana, so he can only attack the demo with the Farseer, which obviously doesn't make sense because I keep that burrow burrowed. And I have 2 Demolishers out, which with this Adept Walker is probably all I'm going to need in terms of damage, because his level 1 wolves are going to die incredibly quickly to burrows and to my Blade Master. You notice like they got 2 critical strikes right there on the Shadow on the Farseer, and he's almost dead. So the Blade Master dropped to 20 HP, 16 HP, but again, good enough base build that for him to chase means that he's going to lose his heroes. He does actually kill my barracks, but it's not a huge deal, both because I have 3 Demolishers out, and because I could very, very easily build another barracks outside of my base, and his towers are almost dead anyways, and that is good game. So a very difficult strategy to beat is the fast tower rush with Fire Lord. I recently lost to that in a league match. The better you are in the matchup, the more understanding you have of the matchup, the less effective Farseer becomes. And that is why pro players use Blade Master on every map, pretty much 9 times out of 10 these days. Does that mean that we as amateur players should be neglecting Farseer and going Blade Master every time? No, definitely not. I still am very capable of losing to players who aren't as skilled as me, but who go Farseer and who I don't manage to sufficiently harass. So things worth keeping in mind. That's it. My next audio, hopefully, I'm working with Ari.Chaos, Ariana Gaming's Chaos. He's an elf player, and we're possibly going to be doing a dual audio commentary on a best of 3 series between the 2 of us, Orc vs. Elf. So hopefully that'll be out in the future. Again, any comments, criticism, I love to hear what you guys think, and I definitely take note of things you guys say, things you want to see. A few people have been PMing me replays, questions. Keep it up. I'm sorry if it takes me a while to get to you. I'm trying to get to everyone, but please do email me, or not email me, sorry, PM me. That's the best way to contact me. Or stop by Clanbane or Clantora on Battle.net, and I'm usually in one of those 2 channels. Thanks, guys. Peace.